Good morning, my Colorado friends. Randy Flood here. Today is Wednesday, July the 21st. It's very slim on news, so it's going to be a thin trading day. Today, President Obama signs the Dodd-Frank bill, which is a financial reform act. There's some provisions in there that's going to, make lending or the loans for the consumers even more expensive, unfortunately. Now, the rates go up category. Wells Fargo and Apple Computer reported positive earnings. And just want to mention one thing. When you set the expectation so low, and even when you exceed it, it's considered to be positive. So even when you're working, don't set the standard so high that it's going to be hard to achieve it, and then also set up yourself for disappointment or your clients. Now the rates go down category, nothing in that area. Here's what's going on in the market right now. As you can see, we're up on 25 basis points, which is very good. And let me slide this over. And once again, you'll be able to see we're still in this sideways trading area, and it actually goes back to about 24 June. And if you take a look, we've been trading between 101 and 102. So right through here, it's sideways, and that's good. It's still very healthy. And when we take a look at a longer term, you can still see that we're on that upward trend and we're ahead of the 10-day moving average. And this is what's happening in treasuries. As you can see, we're well above the 10-day moving average, and that scares me a little bit. But once again, we're still doing great. As far as the trading today, you can see that we opened. We had an alert to actually float again. So all this is good, and I think a lot of it's in anticipation of Bernanke's remarks, and I'll explain that in a second. Now with the lenders, with the pricing, you can see that the majority of the lenders actually opened their pricing lower today by almost 1/8 of a percent. And as we go through, we'll probably have pricing for better as the day goes on. In summary, there's really not a whole lot to talk about today. Bernanke does testify today and tomorrow, and he's going to be choosing his words really very carefully, because people are going to ask about double dip recession and what are you going to do to get the economy going again. And I believe that if he's really pushed hard, he may go and start talking about buying bonds again, which would also be great for mortgage rates. As I mentioned, corporate earnings were favorable, but once again, that doesn't mean a whole lot, because they're doing more with less. They're not creating jobs. They're creating money for the stockholders. So without creating the jobs, this doesn't have really an effect on the economy. And as I mentioned, we're also on the high end of the trading range. But once again, if there's news, it may change that. And I'm still looking at a little bit of a correction. Now, the thought of the day: the most successful people I know never blame others for the market or for their setbacks, and that's really true. I know some very, very wealthy individuals, and they take full responsibility for their success or the lack thereof. And anytime when you start blaming other people and you don't accept responsibility, you become powerless. You become useless, and that's not the way to live. You need to accept responsibility, and even when you really have to look for it and search for it, because when you do, it is the quickest path to power and knowledge. And I want everybody to be successful, and as always, only wanting the best for you.